No. Lay down. Lay down. Go to your crate. Go. Lay down. Lay down.
Theme song.
No. Lay
Three,
down.
2.
Lay down. Go to your crate. Go. Lay down. Lay down.
Theme song. In 3. Welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast, the entertainment business news podcast for I'm your host, Chad White. And welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast. I forgot. I'm looking at something else
business
online, and I forgot
for the website
cpluscomedy.com.
I'm your host, Chad White.
Episode 358.
This is.
I'm looking at. I just clicked on Blu-ray.com. I forgot. I'm looking at something else online, and I forgot. And I see that they posted a review for
episode 358.
Scarface 4K.
I'm
Blu-ray.
looking at.
I just clicked on Blu-ray.com,
and I was
perplexed.
All right, that's not
what
we're
talking
talking
about.
About.
They posted.
Here
a
we
review
are
for
in
Scarface
the
4K
throes of
Blu-ray.
November.
I have,
and I was perplexed.
You know the industry.
All right, that's not what we're talking about.
People have.
Here we
projects. People do
in
have projects.
the throes of November.
Things are getting picked up and
I
canceled.
have. All that is to say is I have an interview.
Flux.
You
people
see
have,
the title of
don't have projects. People do have projects. Things are getting picked up.
Tiffany
and canceled.
Haddish. All that is
She
to
has
say
a new
is
show
I
she's
have an
promoting
interview.
with her
You
friends.
see the title of
Selena
the
Martin,
episode.
Sharmona Long, and
358.
Sparkle Clark.
Tiffany Haddish.
It's called what's it called? Tiffany Goes
She
Off.
has a
Tiffany
new
Haddish
show
Goes Off.
she's promoting with her friends.
Selena Martin, Sharmona Long, and Sparkle Clark.
It's a 6-part documentary.
It's called what's it called? Tiffany Goes Off.
For
Tiffany Haddish Goes Off.
people who don't have time to say the entire word,
docuseries.
it's a 6-part documentary
Is the
series.
portmanteau that you
documentary
need.
series.
It's
For
a documentary
people
series.
who
I
don't
don't
have time
I have to rush through
to say the
things.
entire word.
I have to rush through life.
Docuseries.
How
Is
dare
the
I? Portmanteau that you need.
How dare I?
It's a documentary
can't
series.
be bothered
I
to say
have to
anything less
rush
than
through things. I have to rush through
docuseries.
life.
More than that.
How dare I? How dare
Tiffany?
I can't
And
be
these
bothered
women, her three
to
closest-
say anything
closest
less
childhood
than
friends
docuseries. Anything more
went
than that.
on a 4-week-long adventure exploring Africa,
Tiffany
connecting to the
and
to
these
the continent
women,
and all that
closest
stuff.
childhood friends.
It's a very vulnerable show.
Went
I watched
on a
the
4-week-long
4-week-long adventure exploring
As
Africa,
I hint at in the narrative.
connecting to the
And
to the continent and all that
there's
stuff.
some revelations.
It's a very
There's
vulnerable
some,
show. I watched the first
arguments. There's
As
some
I
hint at in
just
the narrative.
bonding,
And
It's
there's
a
some
journey of growth.
revelations. There's some
I'm looking
arguments.
at the producers.
There's some
I see Will Packer.
just bonding.
Will Packer. It's a pretty big producer.
It's a journey of growth.
Apparently, Tiffany made this
looking at
promise
the
to these
producers.
to these young
I see
ladies.
Will
that,
Packer's
when they were all
Will Packer.
younger, when they were growing up,
producer.
she's like, "I'm going to take us on a trip to Africa."
Apparently, Tiffany made this promise
Tiffany
to
did.
these
It's very kind.
young ladies that when they were all younger, when they were
Here's a
growing
little.
up,
here's
she's like,
a
"I'm
little.
gonna
Some
take us on
information.
a trip to Africa."
Back in
It's
2017,
very kind.
when this website was
Here's a little some information.
back in
4 years
2017,
old,
I
when this website
I
was-
received an email from
I have to do the math.
oh god, I don't know. It was obviously
4?
a PR person,
3 or
and
4 years
they were
old?
promoting
A young
I
Tiffany
received an
Haddish
email
from
releasing
God,
a comedy
it was
special.
obviously a PR person. And
What was that comedy special?
A young Tiffany Haddish
20
releasing a comedy special.
It was on Netflix, I believe.
She Ready.
What was that comedy special? I received an email
Haddish.
about interviewing a young
2017
Tiffany Haddish.
comedy special.
Now this was
On Netflix.
maybe
She Ready.
3 or so
months.
Received an email about interviewing a young Tiffany
So her
Haddish.
career was already.
Now, this was maybe
And
3
they asked
or
me,
so
"Do you want this interview?" I said
months
yes,
after
please.
Girls Trip.
And then
So her career was
crickets.
already.
They were like, "Yeah, okay, we'll set something up." Crickets.
And they asked me,
I followed
"Do you
up.
want this interview?" I said,
Crickets.
"Yes, please." And then
I went to go
and
check
then,
that
crickets.
email chain just to make sure.
They were like, "Yeah, okay, we'll set
I'm
something up."
not
Crickets.
lying out of my butt.
I followed up,
And
crickets.
I'm correct.
Because
I
I
still
went to
have
go
the email.
check.
I have every
that
email
from
chain just to make
ever.
sure I was. I'm not
You're not gonna cancel me.
lying out of my butt.
And I'm correct.
I'm kidding.
Because I still have.
Anyway.
email. I have every email from.
This is a short interview.
You're
This
not
is
gonna
what
cancel me.
It is in a mainline episode of the show.
I'm kidding.
But I'm
Anyway.
happy to even have had it in the.
This
first
is a short
place.
interview.
I wish it was longer.
Which is why it is in the in a
I
mainline
got-
episode of the show.
It's a couple of minutes.
But
It should
I'm
have been a
happy
couple of
to
minutes
have
longer.
had it in the first place. I wish it was longer
Because there's 4 people that I'm asking questions to.
It's a couple of minutes.
And also,
it should have been
I
a couple of
believe that
minutes
I was cut
longer.
short on time.
Because there's 4 people that I'm asking questions to.
Anyway,
And also, I believe that I was cut short on time.
I hope you enjoy this. Go watch the show. Tiffany Haddish Goes Off. I believe it's on Peacock. Let me triple check that. It is currently on Peacock.
Anyway.
Yes. I believe today's the 13th.
I
So
hope
it
you
launches
enjoy
today.
this. Go watch
I'm looking at
the
the
show.
email. I'm
Tiffany
looking at
Haddish
the
Goes
camera
Off.
at the same time.
I believe it's on Peacock. Let me
So
triple check that.
go check it
is
out.
currently
If
on
you like
Peacock.
Tiffany
Yes.
Haddish, if you want
I
to
believe
see a docuseries,
today's
if you wanna see
the
a travel
13th.
series,
So it launches today.
go ahead, do it.
I'm looking at the email
Enjoy
and
it.
I'm looking at the camera at the same time.
If you want to see a video
So,
version,
go check it out.
of the
If you like
interview,
Tiffany Haddish,
you
if you
can
wanna
go
see
to
a docuseries, if you wanna see a travel series,
/C+comedy. We're gonna see a video.
go
version
ahead,
of the
do
show
it.
as well as the other shows.
Enjoy it.
And watch.
If you want to
me
see a
talk
video
to Tiffany
version
Haddish
of the
talk- speak
interview,
with.
you
Not talk
can
to.
go
All right,
to
again, you ain't gonna cancel me.
/C+comedy. You're gonna see a video version
All
of
right.
the show as well as the other shows.
On the other end of
And,
this, you'll
watch
hear
me talk to Tiffany Haddish and
me,
her friends.
Tiffany
Talk-
Haddish,
speak
Selena
with.
Martin,
Not
Sherman
talk to.
Long,
All right,
and Sparkle
again, you ain't
Clark.
gonna cancel me.
And then at the end of that, you'll
All right.
hear the rest.
On
Now
the other end of
enjoy.
this, you'll hear
Tiffany Haddish.
me, Tiffany Haddish, Selena Martin, Sherman Long, and Sparkle Clark. And then at the end of that, you'll hear the rest. Now enjoy. Tiffany Haddish Goes Off.
Welcome back. Here we are. Hopefully I left enough room. I'm looking at the wavelengths. The wavelengths were the audio waves.
Welcome
Hopefully
back.
I left enough room
Here we
future
are.
chat when we edit this episode.
Hopefully I left enough
to not have to do
room. I'm looking
much
at
work.
the wavelengths.
And then
the wavelengths were the audio waves. Hopefully I left enough room
text message.
for future
Yeah,
chat
I
when
get
we
text
edit this
messages
episode
sometimes.
to not have to do too much work.
And then I
And
did something on the
then,
iPad to where I
responding to a
hopefully
text
don't have
message.
to edit in.
Yeah, I
audio
get text
besides
messages
the
sometimes.
I'm really just trying to save myself time.
And then I did something on the iPad
What's been going on? Not much.
to
I've
where
not seen
I
a movie this week.
hopefully
I
don't
meant
have
to go
to
see
edit
Predator.
any audio besides the interview.
Badlands. I believe
I'm
is what it's
really
called,
just
but
trying to
I
save myself time.
Did not have the time.
What's been going on? Not much. I have not
And
seen
then,
a movie this week. I
You know,
meant to go
Tuesday
see
was
Predator.
Veterans Day, so
Badlands. I believe
the
that's what it's
news is
called, but
very
I-
light.
Did
I'm
not
having to double up
have the
stories
time.
from
And then
LinkedIn logs.
you know,
from the
Tuesday
podcast.
was Veterans Day.
Last
so
night I watched the first
the
episode.
news
of
is
Pluribus.
very light.
Wednesdays tip
I'm
are
having
typically
to double up stories
one of my heaviest days for
from
working out. And
LinkedIn logs from other podcasts.
I chose
Last
to
night I
start that
watched
show
the first episode of Pluribus
at 7:30 because
Wednesdays are typically
put
one
it
of
on,
my heaviest days
and,
for working out. And
on the other side of the couch. You can't see it.
I chose to start that show
I have a very shitty Haverty's couch
at 7:30 because I knew I was going to get in bed at 8:30.
And with it came a very shitty Haverty's
I put it on
chair.
and on the other side
I
of
say
the
they're
couch,
shitty now
you can't
because
see it.
They have been
I have
not
a very
destroyed
shitty
by
Haverty's
pets, but
couch
they
that
have
I got on
been
Facebook Marketplace.
worn
With
out
it
by
came
pets.
a very
There's
shitty
not
Haverty's
scratches. There's a. I'll say the
I
arms
say they're
have
shitty now because
some pilling.
they
because
have
of
been not
cat
destroyed
scratches.
by pets, but they have been
and then,
worn
one
out
of the
by
cushions.
pets. There's not
has been maimed.
scratches.
The inside.
I'll say the arms have some pilling because of
seating. Anyway,
cat scratches. And then
I was sitting in the chair.
Has been maimed.
And it has
the
an
inside
ottoman
of the
with
cushion
it.
has been made.
So you're basically stuck in this chair with this ottoman.
Lopsided.
Anyway, they're giant. You're stuck in it.
And I was sitting in the
chair I sit in,
and it has
when I watch golf or I watch
football.
football.
Stuck in this chair,
and I doze off
because they're giant.
And boy, watching Pluribus, which is it's an excellent show from Vince Gilligan.
When I watch golf,
read teams
or
of
I watch
Rhea
football.
And I
doze off.
And I just started.
Boy, watching Pluribus, which is an excellent show for Vince Gilligan.
I've already had
teams with Rhea Seahorn.
Turned on this thing at 7:30, and I roughly an hour and a half
just started
before
I
typically get to bed.
It's a heavy day.
It's a heavy watching it.
I was also
had dinner. I'm currently working my way through the DLCs for the roughly an hour and a half most recent Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet.
I'm sitting there watching it.
Sword and Shield.
I was also. I'm currently working my way through the DLCs,
and I finished the Sword and Shield one last week.
The two most recent
Scarlet and
Pokemon
Violet
games.
this week. I
tried
to
Violet and
I am at the Elite
Sword
Four
and
for
Shield.
Brilliant Diamond.
Did I say Sword?
It is,
Sword
and
and
I've been there for.
And I finished the Sword and Shield one
embarrassing
last
amount of
week,
time, but
and I
I've
started
been
the
there for
Scarlet
at
and Violet one
least
this
a year
week.
and a half.
I tried to.
And I am at the Elite
it's
Four.
so
for
hard,
Diamond,
and I'm
just not a person who.
And I've been there for.
I used to when I was younger.
It's an
and I was
embarrassing
playing
amount of
Pokemon
time,
games.
but I've
I
been there
would
for at least a
grind
year and a half.
the shit out of my
and
Pokemon.
It's so
and,
hard, and I'm just not a person who.
I'd be at a level.
I used to when I was
90
younger,
before you
and I was playing Pokemon games. I would grind the shit out of my Pokemon.
And now I'm just,
and then
this is stupid. But now I'm just
90 before you.
Let me finish this game. Because you spend 40 hours with the game. For Persona 5 Royal, I spent
now
120 hours in that game
stupid.
doing
but now I'm
everything.
Let me finish this game.
Did everything.
Because you spend 40 hours
Persona
in the game.
5 Royal.
For Persona 5
my
Royal,
sweet
I
time
spent 120
I
hours
love that game,
in that
and
game.
I want to play it
doing
again,
everything.
right now.
I did everything in Persona 5
emotion
Royal.
into
And I
a
took
game.
my sweet time with it. And I love
and
that
quite
game,
frankly,
and I want to play it again.
this multiple
but
times.
right now,
I'm trying to beat these
these
Pokemon
games.
games
I can't
before
put that
I allow myself
type of
to get
emotion
into
a game.
Anyway, so I'm sitting
and quite
there,
frankly, I've
just
mentioned
catching
this
Pokemon,
multiple times. I'm
watching
trying to beat
Pluribus,
these Pokemon games before
and
I
then I
allow
felt
myself
myself
to get
nod off.
Anyway,
Like,
so
if you've ever seen a child, just like a young child who's been expending energy, falling asleep where they sit, or if you had a puppy or a kitten,
nod off,
and they've been
like,
expending energy.
If you've
then,
ever seen a child
eating,
just like a young child
while they're just
who's
like
been
walking,
expending energy, fall asleep,
it's
where they
almost
sit,
a
or if you had a
narcoleptic
puppy
episode.
or a
Anyway,
kitten.
I felt myself just kind of doze off playing Pokemon.
They fall asleep
that
while
off.
they're eating, or they fall
Let me
asleep.
just focus on the show.
while
Let me
they're
get
just,
through
like,
these last
walking.
40 minutes. And then
It's almost a narcoleptic
if you haven't seen
episode.
the
Anyway,
first episode of
I felt
Pluribus,
I felt myself just kind of doze off playing Pokemon
TV.
I would turn that
that
off. Let me just
is
focus on the show.
interesting
Let me get
enough
through
to
these last
watch.
40 minutes.
And
then
then some stuff
if you
started
haven't seen
happening in
the
that
first episode of Pluribus, which I urge you to,
decided
it's one of the few shows
I'm
on
going to
Apple
power
TV
through this. I'm not going to turn it off. I don't want to stop
is
halfway through.
Interesting enough to watch. Some stuff started
Pluribus.
happening in that first episode, and then I decided
have to watch the second
I'm
episode.
going to power through this. I'm not going to turn it off. I don't want to stop halfway through.
Anyway,
I enjoyed it. Pluribus.
that's what's been going on.
I have to watch the second episode.
I beat Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Anyway.
That was fun. It was nice to finish
That's
the
what's been
Uncharted
going on.
saga.
I beat Uncharted.
I have a Vita.
Lost Legacy.
I don't want to buy Uncharted
a couple of days ago.
That was
That was fun.
but I
It was
enjoyed
nice
that
to finish the Uncharted saga.
What else? That's it.
I have a
I don't
Vita.
have much else going on.
I don't want to buy Uncharted Golden Abyss.
But I did just find a news
enjoyed
story,
that
so we will
Uncharted
talk
thing.
about that.
What else?
But first,
that's it. I don't have much
Valve
else
has
going on.
introduced a new. Speaking of video games, has introduced.
But I did just find a
brand
news story,
new
so we will talk about
a
that.
trio of.
But first,
of Steam.
Valve
products.
has introduced
Steam, the company.
a new. Speaking of video games, has introduced
their
a
company,
brand
Valve's
new,
company.
a trio.
Steam has made a new
Steam
VR controller.
based
Excuse me, a
products.
new VR
Steam, the company, or
device, a
their
mini
company,
PC,
Valve's company,
and a
Steam has made a new VR controller. Excuse me.
If
a
you
new
are
VR
a fan, I don't have the Steam Deck over here.
device.
If you know what the
mini
Steam Deck
PC,
is, Valve made
and
a Steam Deck, which
a,
is a
controller.
mini PC with a screen on it. It looks like a Nintendo Switch.
If you
It's
are
a little
fan, I don't
computer
have the Steam Deck over here.
that can do computer things.
If you
but
know what the
also
Steam Deck
it's
is,
mainly
Valve
its main
made
purpose
a
is to
Steam
play
Deck,
games.
which
Now,
is
this new Steam
a
machine,
mini PC
we'll start
with
with
screen
that,
on it. It looks
is
like a Nintendo Switch. It's a
and
little
I linked
computer
to IGN
that can
Wesley
do computer
Yen
things,
Pool,
but also its
has
its main
Valve's
purpose is
next-gen
to play
Steam
games.
machine
Now,
and
this
Steam
new
controller
Steam
that they
machine, we'll
interviewed.
start with
Sat
that,
down with
is
hardware and
and I
software
linked
engineers from
to
Valve to talk about
IGN
this.
Wesley
New Steam
Yen
machine
Pool,
looks
has
excellent.
Valve's
It looks
next-gen
exactly
Steam machine
like
and
how
Steam
I
controller
want
that they interviewed.
a
That sat down
modern
with,
mini PC
hardware and software
is,
engineers from Valve.
quite
to talk about
frankly,
this. But
just
the new
a
Steam
black
machine
cube. It looks like a piece of obsidian.
excellent. It looks
from,
exactly
Minecraft,
like
if
how
you-
I
if you can
want
remember that.
a modern mini.
And on the
PC
bottom,
to-
there's
it is,
I believe,
quite
two
frankly, just a black
US I can just
cube.
It
It looks like a piece
and I
of
can just throw
obsidian from
pictures up on here.
Minecraft. If you
on the
that.
bottom, if you're watching the video, you will see.
And on the bottom, there's, I believe,
there's two USB ports
I can just click on
and
these pictures.
a
And I
micro
can just throw the pictures up
slot,
on
I
here.
believe.
There's
There's
on
a
the
giant
bottom,
fan
if
on
you're
the
watching
back.
the video,
with,
you will see
there's an HDMI,
there's
power,
two USB
Ethernet,
ports and
USB-C,
a micro SD
it looks
slot,
like
I
another
believe.
USB-C.
There's a giant
and
fan on the back with
maybe that's a display port. I
there's
don't know.
and
then,
then HDMI, power,
two
Ethernet,
USB-C. It looks like
USB-C,
one USB-C and a display
and
port,
it
so I
looks
might be
like
wrong.
another USB-C, and
It looks like it just looks
that's
like
a display port, I
a
don't know.
nice
And then,
a nice machine to buy.
two USB.
And there's
It looks like
also
one USB-C and
a
display port,
dedicated
so
power button, and then there's a light bar on the front.
it looks like it
will
just
show you
looks like
things.
a nice.
I think it looks
a nice
great.
machine to buy.
I wonder
And there's also
what the price will be.
a-
They said it's going to be
obviously
competitive
dedicated
for
power
all
button,
three
and
of
then
those
there's
products.
a light bar on the front.
If I could
that will show you
imagine,
things, I
moving
think it
on
looks
towards
great. I
and there's a
wonder
lot of
what the
coverage
price will
from
be. They said it's going
so
to be
many
competitive
different
for
companies,
all three of those
from
products.
so many different people.
If
that you'll
I
see
could imagine,
that everybody will have their
moving
takes on,
on
it.
towards the.
But I wonder,
and there's a lot of coverage on this from
what the price
so
will be
many
for
different
something like that
companies,
from any PC.
from so many
now I
different
have a
people
Mac Mini
that you'll see.
It's an M1
that everybody
and
will have.
That
their,
is
their
it's
takes
a
on,
mini
but
PC.
I
And
wonder.
it's,
What
you
the
know,
prices will be
I
for
think
something like
there's
that for
a
any
lot of
PC.
need.
Now I
for
have a
mini
Mac
PCs
Mini
because
it's an M1.
people
and
so
that is
you
it's
can
a
build
mini PC,
your own PC, and
it's
that's great, and that's wonderful.
You know,
I don't want
I
to do
think
that.
There's
I know
a
it will be
lot of
cheaper to build my
need
own
for
mini
PCs
PCs
because
versus just buying something that's already outfitted. But
it's you can build.
it's
your
just
own
much
PC, and that's
easier
great,
to go
and that's
to
wonderful.
Apple or to
I don't
go
want to do
to,
that. I know it will be cheaper to
Asus
build
or
my own
whomever
PC versus
and say,
you know,
give me
just
this
buying something
laptop,
that's
give me this
already
PC.
outfitted. But
Rob
it's just much easier to go to Apple
and to have
or to
you know
go
Steam's
to,
Steam
Asus
putting out their
or
own
whomever
version that works.
and say, give
I'm
me
not a
this
huge
laptop,
fan of
give me this
Linux. I know
PC.
people love Linux. Oh my god, Linux. I would rather have Windows.
And to have
if I could put
Steam's-
Windows on the Steam Deck,
Steam putting
I
out
would
their
do
own
it.
version that works.
You
I'm
can.
not a huge fan of
it's
Linux. I know
a
people
little too
love
involved for me.
Linux. Oh my god!
and
Linux,
by
Linux,
involved
Linux.
means
I
just
would
don't
rather
wanna sit
have
down
Windows.
for the hour. It would
If
take.
I could put Windows
Meanwhile,
on the Steam Deck,
the hour it
I
took
would
to
do
set
it.
up, Emu Deck.
you can.
I'll do that in a heartbeat.
It's a little too
Let me get
involved
my
for me.
emulation games on.
And by involved
game
means I just don't want to sit down for the hour.
Mini PCs
Meanwhile,
are great.
the hour it took
and
to set up
for everything you
Emu
can
Deck,
do
I'll-
on the
I'll
Steam
do that in
Deck,
a
which
heartbeat.
I believe
Ooh, let me get my emulation game.
the Steam machine, this
emulation
new
game on.
Steam console,
is
mini
they said it was
PCs. Mini
6
PCs are
times
great,
more powerful
than the Steam Deck.
and
That's great.
for everything
Steam
you can
Deck is
do
excellent
on the Steam Deck,
for this
which
on-the-go
I
stuff.
believe the
and
Steam
in this
machine,
interview,
this
they
new
say that
Steam console
Valve says that 20%
they
of
said it was
players
6 times more powerful
plugged
than
in
the Steam Deck. That's
their
great.
Steam
Deck
Decks
is excellent.
to bigger
for this
screens so
on-the-go
that they can
stuff.
play, which is not a lot of people. But
And in
that's
this
still
interview,
enough
they say that
for them
Valve
to
says
look
that
at this segment and
20%
say,
of players
hey, maybe we can
plugged in their
Steam
Decks
fit in with
two bigger
the
screens so that
consoles.
they can play.
Now, here's the thing,
which is not a lot of people, but that's
every
still
bit
enough
of coverage
for them
that
to
I saw
look at this
regarding
segment and say
this new
hey,
Steam
maybe
machine
we can
has been
you know,
positioning
fit in
it
with the
against
consoles.
the Xbox.
Now, here's the thing:
and PlayStation.
every bit of coverage that I saw regarding
I've said it before
this
on
new
this
Steam
show,
machine has
many people
been positioning
and
it.
many
against
people can have
the Xbox and
one thing.
PlayStation.
But I think in today's modern gaming
I've said it before
world,
on this show.
most people have multiple ways to play games.
Many people can have
now the way things can differ.
In today's modern gaming world,
and then
most people
also
have
your phone,
multiple ways to play,
which is a way to play games. You can stream
now,
things on your phone, or you can just
the
download
way
stuff on your phone and play
those
it.
things can differ. You can have a Switch.
Some people probably have Xbox Switch,
and then you can also have your phone,
Xbox PlayStation,
which is
Switch,
a way to play games.
PC. There's many different combinations.
Download stuff on your phone and play it.
I think
some people probably have
very
Xbox Switch or
ancient term
Xbox PlayStation
war,
or Switch
wars
PC. There's many different combinations.
Streaming wars.
And
the gaming wars.
I
the
think
console wars. Did Sony win the console wars because Xbox is doing this?
Term of
I think that's antiquated and
wars like the streaming
and to keep positioning
console
like
wars.
that. Like
Did Sony win the console wars because
Xbox is doing this?
I think that's antiquated is as bad as and to keep positioning it like
these
like
products.
There's a fight happening
because
is
Xbox offers something that PlayStation doesn't
anything
offer.
is as bad
as Nintendo doesn't offer.
As just
Nintendo offers something that both those other console makers don't offer.
Because Xbox offers something that PlayStation doesn't offer. PlayStation offers.
Let's go on to
Nintendo
I'll give my idea of price.
Both those other console makers
Steam controller
and companies
looks just like a traditional modern controller, except it's got the Steam variant. It's got the 4 paddles.
I'll give my idea.
Steam Deck sort of on the back.
It's
got
the
touchpad from the Steam Deck.
Looks just like a traditional modern controller, except
the controller.
It's got the Steam variant.
The buttons
got the 4 paddles
sort of
from the Steam Deck.
The same positioning as a PlayStation.
It's got the touchpad from the Steam Deck. 2 touchpads.
The look of an Xbox
on the front of the controller.
The
buttons
and the start buttons
have a sort of
for
the same positioning as a PlayStation.
It's got paddles. It's got
the look of an Xbox
Steam button, and it's got
the select and the start buttons are
3-dot button, I guess, in the middle
of
the Xbox. The touchpads.
It's got paddles.
It's got a special charging dock that each one comes with. That it charges via USB-C, but there's also a 3-dot button, I guess, that it comes with that is really cool. That just kind of snaps.
I don't know. It looks good.
It's got a special charging dock that each one
in
comes
the trailer
with
for
it charges
via
USB-C, but there's also some type of charging dock that it comes with that is really cool. That just kind of snaps on. It was very interesting how
and in the trailer for the for the thing
you put the controller down, it charges and.
It was very interesting how they said that you put the controller down, it charges.
I think it's I
think it's really cool. Oh my god, Chad.
Here we go. That's the VR. Oh, where's the controller?
This shows the video as it plays. I think let me skip ahead to the controller.
I think it's a controller that is good for PC gaming.
Oh, where's the controller?
Yeah, here's the dock. So if you're watching the video,
this
you
show
kind
is
of just snap on. I think it's really cool.
I
think it's a good controller for PC gaming. They also said in the trailer that
I think it's a controller that is good for PC gaming.
PC
yeah,
games
here's the
that
dock.
aren't
So if you're watching the video, you
meant
to
be played with
controllers.
I
think it's a good controller for PC gaming. They also said in the trailer that
I typically
the touchpads,
if I use a controller
help PC games that aren't necessarily meant to be played.
An Xbox controller, not an Xbox One.
So I think that's really cool. I think that's a very cool.
Then they also have a VR
if I use a
headset
controller on
which
a PC game, it's an Xbox One. What the name it is? Controller. An Xbox controller.
Where the heck is it?
Not an Xbox One.
Where's the VR headset?
Then they also have a VR.
The VR headset is
which is
essentially a newer version of the Valve Index. You don't need to.
Where's
put
the VR
down
headset?
Any
I'll just
extra devices.
The VR headset is
and it looks
essentially
it looks great. It looks like a Meta Quest.
A newer version. It looks like
a
mix
between a Meta Quest.
You don't need to put
the Apple
down
any. It's got
extra
the controllers
devices
of
or
the.
anything.
I guess,
and it looks
the Meta Quest.
It looks
got
great. It looks
controllers,
like, a Meta Quest, except
it
looks like a mix between a
joysticks,
Meta Quest
so
and the Apple VR.
Better,
it's got the controllers of the.
There's a
I guess
a USB
like the
stick
Meta Quest. It's got
that you
split
can plug
controllers.
in. to your computer,
with,
and
magnetic joysticks.
it has its own dedicated wireless streaming. That's really
lasting.
cool. It's got the cameras all around it.
A
just
USB
like
stick
the
that you can
MetaQuest,
plug in
and
to
you
your
can
computer.
download
And
games,
it
VR
has
games
its
to
own
the
dedicated
headset itself.
wireless streaming.
That's
That's
really
really
cool.
cool.
And
It's
then-
got the
or you
cameras
can,
all
if you have
around
a
it,
strong enough PC, you
just
can
like
stream a game.
the MetaQuest.
I think that's really
And
great.
You
This
can
is
download
the
games,
next
VR
iteration
games
of
to
what they
the
needed.
headset itself.
The Valve
because
Index
it's got
was
onboard
good.
storage.
Now
and
this could be
then-
better.
Or you can, if you have a strong enough
Anyway,
PC, you can
my
stream
prices
the
on
game.
this. This is all just
I think it's
conjecture.
really great.
I think the Steam
this
machine,
is
the console
next
itself,
iteration of what they
the mini,
needed.
since it's a mini
The Valve
PC,
Index was
I think,
good.
and they
Now
said
this
they
could be
want it to be
better.
competitive.
Anyway,
If you
my
can
prices
get like
on
a
this.
NUC,
This is all
like
just
an Intel
conjecture.
NUC, and
I think the
UC, I
Steam
believe
machine, the
that's what it
console
is,
itself,
Intel,
the mini, since it's a mini
So if you
PC,
can get
I think, and they
a
said they
NUC
want it to be competitive.
for
If you can get like a NUC, like an
six-
Intel NUC, and
between
UC, I believe
here's
that's what it
an
is,
Asus
Intel
one
and
for
UC.
360.
So if you can get
a
NUC,
you can get a bare bones version of that. Also, it's not
for
upgradable. The only thing you can upgrade is the SSD. And everything else is going to be soldered on.
between here's an Asus one.
I'm going to say it's going to be north of 600.
You can get a bare bones version,
Maybe
of
600 to
that.
800.
Also, it's not upgradable. The only
The
thing
controller,
you can
I'm
upgrade is
thinking
the SSD,
$90.
and everything else is
$80
gonna be
to
soldered
$90.
on.
Because the Steam Deck is
I'm going to say it's going to be north of 600,
between 400 and 600.
maybe 600 to 800. The controller,
and
I'm
then the
thinking $90,
VR system
$80 to
itself.
$90. Because the
How
Steam
much
Deck
is a MetaQuest 3? Let's see. MetaQuest
between 400 and 600, I think.
Go to the shopping tab.
And then the VR system
MetaQuest
itself.
3 is
How much is a MetaQuest?
$429 from GameStop.
MetaQuest.
So I'm gonna guess
3.
the MetaQuest 3 will be around
Go to
$600
the shopping tab.
dollars.
A
I
MetaQuest
mean, it has to be able to
3
play VR games.
is
So
$429
between
from
$500 and
GameStop.
$600.
So I'm gonna guess.
I think
the
it's really
MetaQuest
cool.
3 will be around $600.
I think it's a very.
I mean, it has to
very,
be
very
able to play
fun
VR games.
And this is the type of
So
competition
between $500 and
people
$600.
need. Could be because again, you
I
don't
think it's really
want
cool.
Nintendo.
I think it's a
to
very,
leave the
very,
video
very
game
fun thing.
making space.
And
And
this is the type
space.
of competition
You shouldn't
that
want
people need.
Microsoft to leave the video game
because
making
again, you
space and
don't
the console
want
making space. Just because they put
Nintendo
Halo on PlayStation
to
or
leave
Forza
the video
Horizon
game
5 on PlayStation
making
doesn't mean
space and the
Forza
console
Horizon
making
6.
You
and,
shouldn't want Microsoft
Halo
to leave the video game making
It's
space
4,
and the console
5,
making space.
Infinite.
Just because they put
7
Halo on
is
PlayStation
going to be
or Forza
on
Horizon 5
launching
on
directly
PlayStation
on there, or
doesn't
Gears,
mean Forza
because
Horizon
Gears of War
6
1 is on there
and,
doesn't mean Gears of War
Halo
6 is going to be on there.
It's 4, 5, Infinite. 7 is going to be.
I'm
on,
excited. I
launching
want
directly on there.
the
Or
I
Gears-
want more
because
mini
Gears of
PCs. I
War
want
1
things
is
to
on there,
become
doesn't
more
mean Gears of
accessible.
War
I
6
do
is
have
on
I
there.
do want things to be more like framework. Framework PCs are.
I'm excited. I want more mini
within, like, the
PCs.
last
I
10
want
years
things
or
to
so,
become
but-
more accessible.
or 5
I
years.
do have.
But
I
framework,
do.
you can buy a
want
laptop.
Things to be more like
And
framework. Framework.
if you want to
PCs,
switch out
are
a component,
it's a company
like
relative, it's relatively new.
a USB A
within the
port
last 10
for a
years or so,
USB-C,
but-
then do
or
that.
5
Do that.
years or so. But framework.
If you want to switch
you
out
can buy a
fan
laptop
for something else, you can do that. If you want
and
to switch out,
If you want to
this and
switch
that,
out a component,
it's a little bit
like
more
US
expensive, but
a USB A
and a little bit
port
less powerful.
for a USB C, then do
but
that.
I think it's very
Do that.
cool.
If you want to switch out fan for
want
something
one.
else, you can do that. If you want to switch
All
out, this and
This
that.
next
and,
one comes from.
it's a little bit more expensive, but
Variety.
and a little bit less powerful.
NBC revives NBC
But I think it's very
Sports
cool.
Network launching first on YouTube TV, offering
more things like
Peacock's
that.
sports lineup.
This next
from
one
Brian
comes
Steinberg. Now, just
from
because things are shifting towards streaming,
Variety.
doesn't necessarily
NBC
mean
revives NBC
everything is
Sports
going to be
Network
available
launching
on
first on
streaming. You
YouTube
should not
TV,
want
offering
that.
Peacock's
Again,
sports
things-
lineup.
again,
This
but
comes
you
from
should
Brian
not want things to
Steinberg.
be
Now, just because
gatekept.
things are shifting towards streaming
on linear.
doesn't necessarily mean
Still,
everything is going to
NBC
be
Universal
available on
has
streaming.
this
You should
brand
not
of
want
NBC
that.
Sports.
Again,
Remember
things-
that
again,
they
but you
shut
should not
down
want things
NBC
to be
Sports Network
gatekept
a long time ago,
on linear.
and now
Still,
they don't have
NBC
a lot of
Universal has
places
this brand of
to
NBC
air,
Sports. Remember that
the
they
upcoming
shut down NBC
sports that they have.
Network
They have
a
basketball,
long time ago, and
we're
now
hurtling towards
they don't
the,
have a lot of places to air
Winter Olympics.
the
So
upcoming
why not
sports.
take
that they
this
have. They
opportunity
have basketball.
to bring back the network
We're
that was
hurtling
dedicated
towards the
sports. NBC Sports
Winter
Network
Olympics. So
is
why
going
not
to have
take this opportunity
sports programming that usually streams
to
on
bring
Peacock,
back the network
including
that was
Monday night
dedicated
NBA games
to
and the Gold
sports.
Zone Olympics Whip Around show.
NBC Sports Network
And it's probably going to have some other ones.
is going to have sports programming.
Some
that
people
usually
don't have
streams on
Peacock.
Peacock, including
So this would
Monday
be a
night
great-
NBA
and-
games,
and they do have
and the
cable.
Gold Zone Olympics
And
Whip Around show.
if you're asking who those people
And
are,
it's probably
they're
gonna have
probably in the
some
middle of
other
the
ones.
country, or they're probably older, or you know what, they probably don't want Peacock.
Some people don't have Peacock, so this would be a great and they do have cable.
So NBC Sports
And
Network,
if you're asking who
shut
those people
down
are, they're probably in the
in
middle of the country, or they're
2021.
probably older, or you know what, they probably don't want
now
Peacock.
it's going to return on YouTube TV first. And
So NBC Sports Network shut
it's
down
going to
in 2021.
basically have the upper hand on ESPN.
Now it's
right
going to
now
return on
because,
YouTube TV
Disney
first,
is not currently on YouTube
and
TV, which is unfortunate.
it's
I
going
got the
to
$20 credit email, which is
basically
great, but
have the
I
upper
would
hand
also
on
like to
ESPN
have
right now because Disney
Monday Night
is
Football
not
back.
currently on YouTube.
It's not that I
TV,
watch
which
every
is
single time,
unfortunate.
but I did miss a Cowboys.
I got the
game, so
$20
I
credit
missed
email, which is
and they
great,
lost,
but
which
I-
because
I would
they
also
lost because I
like
missed
to
it.
have Monday Night Football back. It's not that I watch every single time,
Now,
but I did miss a Cowboys game. So
a deal like this is usually something
because
that
they
is
lost
not-
because I missed it.
It is frowned upon. As Brian writes, cable and video companies like Charter Communications and Cox would no doubt like to be able to
A
give
deal
their
like this
customers
is usually
access to
something
the
that
content
is
that
not.
streams exclusively on services.
It is
like
frowned
Peacock
upon.
or Disney Plus.
As Brian writes, cable and video
And
companies
this
like
will-
Charter
that will
Communications and
eventually
Cox
happen,
would
but
no doubt
NBC
like to be
Solution
able to
creating
give their
a
customers
standalone
access to
pay TV
the
network that
streams
features streaming only
exclusively on
content
services like
could
Peacock or
divert
Disney
subscriptions away
Plus.
from Peacock and toward YouTube TV.
And this
which I
will
doubt
that will
is something
eventually
that's gonna
happen. But
creating
NBC
some headwinds in
Solution
the efforts
creating a
to win new
standalone
Peacock
pay
customers.
TV network that features streaming only content could divert
It's
subscriptions
eventually
away from
going to
Peacock
be
and toward
available
YouTube TV,
on
which I doubt is something that's going to happen.
Comcast's
Creating some
own
headwinds in the
Xfinity
efforts
service
to win new Peacock
and
customers.
some other distributors in the months to come. YouTube TV and
It's
other
eventually
I don't
going to be
I'm not even sure.
available
I know at least from
on,
YouTube TV perspective.
Comcast
They
own
add
Xfinity service,
New channels all
and
the
some
time.
other
Usually
distributors
it's
in the
stuff
months
that
to
you're
come.
probably not going to
YouTube TV and other.
There's
I don't actually. I'm not even
there's
sure.
Motor
I know
Trend,
at least
you
from
know,
YouTube TV
they'll add that.
perspective.
They added
They
Comet
add
TV. Actually, I don't
new
even know how long
channels all the
Comet TV's
time.
been there.
Usually it's stuff that you're.
But I'm popping
probably
up
not
in
going to watch.
YouTube TV right now. so-
There's a.
Hello.
There's Motor Trend. You know, they'll
Okay.
add that. I believe they added Comet
Anyway,
TV.
all right, let me scroll down.
Actually,
to
I
the
don't even know
bottom
how long
because
Comet
that's
TV's been
where
there.
Cozy,
But I'm
Start
popping
TV.
up in YouTube
Oh,
TV right
Taste
now,
Made.
so-
That's the one I was thinking of.
Hello.
Like, it's networks that you don't
Okay.
typically watch.
Anyway,
And yes, you
all
can
right, let me
hide
scroll
them. I
down to the
hide,
bottom because that's really
Fox News.
Cozy, Start
but
TV.
they keep trying to show it to me.
Taste Made. That's the one I was thinking
So
of.
here, all right, if
Like,
I'm gonna show you.
it's networks that you
if
don't
watch the video,
typically
you can see.
watch.
You
Yes,
can see
you can
like
hide them. I
OAN,
hide, Fox
original.
News.
One American
But
News,
they keep
Bloomberg
trying to show it to me.
Originals, AWE.
So here, all right, if I'm gonna show
There's
you
a YouTube
if
Zen
you're watching
channel,
the video, you can see
WNBA on Ion.
you can see like
There's
OAN,
Newsmax, all the right wing news.
original
a
One
couple of
American
NFL
News,
networks,
Bloomberg Originals,
Bounce TV,
AWE,
which I used to work at, Scripps.
There's
News,
a YouTube
which
Zen
which now
channel,
owns Bounce.
WNBA,
Ion, which
there's
is part of the Bounce
Newsmax,
family.
all the right way.
There's things there.
A couple
that
of
you
NFL
can
networks,
add on and
Bounce TV,
They're
which I
free
used to
with
work
your
at,
not free.
Scripps
They're
News,
included with your
which now
subscription.
owns
but
Bounce.
I'm not
Ion,
gonna
which is part of the Bounce
watch
family.
those channels. Why have them
There's
on?
things there that you can add on and they're,
People
they're free
are
with
already
your-
fans
not free,
of
they're
NBC
included
Sports
with your subscription,
when
but
NBA was on.
I'm gonna watch those
When
channels.
the NBA
Why have them
was
on?
previously on NBC. You know, that's why Roundball Rock was so popular.
People are already fans of NBC Sports.
So this is
when
this
NBA
is just like
was on
digging into nostalgia and people love it.
when the NBA.
Okay,
was
this is a
previously
brand
on
new story
NBC,
that came up
That's why Roundball
today.
Rock was so popular.
and I've yet to even read it. So let's get to it.
So
this
this
comes
is-
from
this is
Todd
just like
Spangler over
digging
at
into
Variety.
nostalgia and
Disney
love
Plus has huge. I still have the Scarface.
okay, this is a brand new
4K
story
tablet.
that came up,
I want to read that
today.
review.
and I've
I want to see
yet
what special
even
features
read
that
it.
thing
So let's
has.
get to it.
I
This
have
comes
the
from
Star- I have
Todd
the
Spangler over
Scarface
at
on
Variety.
DVD, the special
Disney Plus
edition,
has huge.
2
I still
discs.
have the Scarface 4K Blu-ray.
Ask me the last
tablet.
time I watched that.
I want to read that review.
I'm gonna say
I want to see
man,
what special
that was-
features that
I mean, I
thing
was
has.
obviously high school when
I have the
probably
I have
bought
this
that at
Scarface
CD
on
warehouse.
DVD, the special edition,
which is
disc.
like a used
Ask me the last time I watched
CD, DVD.
I want to say, man, that
Eventually
was
video game.
I mean, I was
Eventually
in high school when I bought
4K.
it. I probably bought
excuse
that
me.
at
Eventually
CD
Blu-ray
Warehouse.
because 4K did not exist.
Vinyl,
Which
is like a
store.
used
Oh, I loved it.
CD.
It's now closed.
DVD.
But I loved it.
Eventually
when I was
video
in high school.
game. Eventually 4K.
my goodness.
Or,
Excuse
anyway, eventually Blu-ray because 4K did not exist.
I still have
Vinyl
the DVD. I still have
store.
several. Like I have a whole collection.
It's now
DVDs are
closed.
and movies
but I
and now
loved
video
it
games
when
are
I
the
was
things
in
I
high school.
collect.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Just physically, I love it.
I still have the DVD. I still have
Anyway, I
several.
haven't
Like
touched
I
that
have a whole collection.
The
Is what I'm saying.
DVDs are Disney
like-
Plus has
movies
huge
and now video
opportunity
games are the things I
in
collect.
games and will tap into AI-based user-generated content. CEO Iger says, comes from Todd Spangler.
Anyway,
Variety.
I haven't touched that disc.
There was the earnings call
That's what I'm saying.
today.
Disney Plus has huge
that
opportunity.
Disney
in games
talked
and will
about
tap into AI-based
their,
user-generated content.
you know,
CEO Iger says
what's going
comes
on
from Todd
in
Spangler.
Q4.
There was the
excuse me.
earnings call today that
The stock
Disney
plunged.
talked about.
The stock fell
their
about 8%.
You know
Because
what's going
the company
on
has
in
mixed
Q4.
results.
Excuse me.
I'm saying different numbers.
The
What
stock
about X?
plunged. Excuse me.
Christine Wang.
The stock fell.
says
about
Disney
8%
drops about 8% after
because
revenue
the
miss
company
warns of
has
lengthy
mixed
YouTube
results.
TV fight.
I'm saying
Which is
I'm
not
saying
something you want to
different
hear.
numbers. I'm going to go to Axios. Christine Wang.
But there was something
says
very
Disney
interesting that
drops
popped
about
out if
8%
you peer
after
through
revenue
the
miss
transcript
warns
of
of
the
lengthy
call.
YouTube TV fight.
Now we know Disney Plus
Not
next
something you
year
want
is
to
going to
hear.
merge with Hulu, and it's going to be on one.
But there was
unified
something very
platform.
interesting
We're already
that popped
seeing
out if you peer through
kind of what
the
that is
transcript of the
going to
call.
look like. If you have Disney
Now
Plus
we know
right
Disney
now,
Plus
you can
next
go to
year
the
is
app
going
and
to
you can
merge
see
with Hulu.
that there are three
And
separate
it's going to be
tabs
on one
besides,
unified
for
platform.
you.
We're already
It's
seeing
for you Disney Plus.
kind of what that
Which
is going to
includes
look like.
Disney,
if you have Disney Plus right
Pixar,
now, you can go to
Marvel,
the app and you can
and
see
Star Wars,
that
and
there
then
are
you
three
go to
separate
Hulu,
tabs
and that
besides,
has
for you.
all the
It's
stuff
for
that's available
you,
on Hulu,
Disney
like
Plus,
American Dad,
which
Family Guy,
includes Disney,
Always Sunny,
Pixar,
you know the shows I like,
Marvel,
and then
Star Wars, and
there's
then
an
you go to
ESPN
Hulu,
tab,
and then that
which
has all the stuff that's available
I
on
guess
Hulu,
if you
like
subscribe to
American Dad, Family
ESPN
Guy,
Plus, you get
Always Sunny,
all the
you know the
ESPN
shows I
Plus
like.
stuff.
And then there's an ESPN tab,
And so and
which
and that's
has-
eventually when
if
Hulu
I
is
guess if you
sunset,
subscribe to
Hulu will just be
ESPN
an add-on
Plus,
You
Disney.
get Plus, and then you'll see
all the
your
ESPN
Hulu
Plus stuff.
there. But what's
And so
interesting
and that's eventually when Hulu is sunsetted.
Iger
Hulu will just be an add-on
said
on Disney Plus, and then
that
you'll
games
see all your Hulu stuff there.
are pretty neat.
But what's
He
interesting
said there's an opportunity to
is-
I'm sorry.
Iger's
He cited
said
Disney's $1.5 billion
that games
investment in Epic Games,
are pretty
the company
neat.
behind Fortnite. And while the games and experiences
He said there's an
developed under their
opportunity
partnership,
to-
quote,
No,
will largely be
I'm
on
sorry.
their platform. The
He
Epic
cited
Pack,
Disney's
quote,
$1.5
gives us an
billion
opportunity
investment
to
in
integrate
Epic
a number
Games,
of game-like
the company behind
features into
Fortnite.
Disney
And
Plus.
while the
Now, if
games
you
and
remember-
experiences
if you
developed
know this,
under their
if
partnership,
you go to
quote,
Netflix,
will largely
on
be on
any
their platform,
Netflix
the
app,
Epic
on the
Pack,
TV,
quote,
on
gives us an
the
opportunity
phone, on the
to
iPad.
integrate
I'm
a
not sure
number
about
of
the
game-like
consoles.
features
I
in
might
Disney
take that
Plus.
back.
Now,
If
if
you
you
go
go
to any one of
if
those
you know this,
apps,
if you go to
you'll
Netflix
see
on
that
any
they have games.
Netflix app,
You can
on the TV,
on the phone,
on
and on the iPad.
the
to
phone,
very
on the
least.
iPad. I'm
You
not sure
can
about
pull
the
up
consoles,
the
I
app,
so I might take that
and
back. But if you go to any one
they'll
of
show you
those
games that you can
apps,
play
you'll see that
from
they have
the
games.
store.
You can, on the
that
phone
you have access
and on the
to. So
iPad
on
to the very
Android is
least,
what I'm trying to say.
you can pull up
on my
the app,
phone, on my
and
Samsung phone.
they'll show you games that you
I have
can
access
play
to Bloons
from
TD6.
the store
Remember when
that
God,
you
I
have
remember
access to.
iPod
So
Touch
on
was
Android is
around
what I'm trying to say.
Bloons
On my
first came
phone,
out.
on
you
my
can also
Samsung
play
phone,
for now Civilization 6.
I have access to
They also have
Bloons TD6. Remember when
games from the
God, I remember
Netflix
iPod Touch was
shows like
around.
Stranger Things
Bloons
and
first came out.
Narcos.
You can also play for now Civilization
Reigns.
6.
I don't know what that is.
They also have.
I just realized I said something. I don't know what that is. They
games
also have
from the Netflix
games that they
shows like Stranger Things.
I guess
and
created
Narcos.
were purchased. They purchased exclusivity
Reigns, I don't
packs
know what that
or
is.
time limits for like
I just realized I said
TMNT
something I don't know what
Shredder's
that is.
Revenge.
They
which
also
is a
have
console game and
games that
PC
they
game that is available.
I guess not created, were
on mobile
purchased.
only
They
via
purchased
Netflix for
exclusivity
now.
packs,
Civ
or
6
time limits
was
for,
a
like
part of that too.
TMNT Shredder's
Cool.
Revenge,
Netflix
which is a
Civ 6.
console
There's also
game,
Dead
and a
Cells.
PC
They have a
game
Netflix
that
edition
is
of that, which includes
available
all the DLC. But you don't own
on
these
mobile
games.
only
you
via
are,
Netflix for now.
Civ
Grand Theft
6
Auto
was
San
a part
Andreas.
of that.
You don't
too.
own these games.
Cool.
You have access to them. There's
because
also
you have a
Dead
subscription to
Cells.
Netflix.
They have a Netflix edition of that, which includes all the
And
DLC.
what's
Again,
what's
you
interesting
don't
is
own these
a
games.
lot of those
You are
games. I don't think
Grand Theft
Dead
Auto,
Cells, and I don't think
San
GTA
Andreas.
6.
You don't own these
quote me on
games,
that,
but you have access
a lot
to
of
them
these games
because
you're
you have a
able to
subscription
play
to Netflix.
using your remote.
And what's interesting is
On
a lot
your
of those
TV.
games. I
think
think
Disney-
Dead Cells, and I don't
Iger,
think GTA
I
6.
think Disney
don't
sees
quote
that.
me on that, but
A
a lot of these games you're able to
they're
play.
like, hey, let's just
using
we have
your
to
remote
find ways to keep people on the Disney
on
Plus
your
app,
TV.
which is
And I think
a
Disney
good reason for Hulu to
Iger,
come there,
I
and a
think
good reason
Disney
for
sees
ESPN to
that.
come there. It's like, hey, let me,
and
you
they
know,
say,
I'm watching
The
The
Simpsons. Like,
Simpsons.
hey, let's just we have
Again,
to
the only thing I
find
watch
ways
on
to
Disney
keep
Plus.
people on the
I watch
Disney
an
Plus
Edcast.
app.
I'm watching The Simpsons.
A good reason
let me,
for
let me
Hulu
back
to come
out of it
there,
and
and a
go
good
find
reason
something
for
else.
ESPN to
press
come there.
back.
Like,
and
hey,
then
let me
instead of pressing home,
you know,
press
I'm
away.
watching
You press
The
back and you
Simpsons.
see, oh, wait a minute.
Again, the only thing I watch
There's
on
a
Disney
Monsters Inc.
I'm watching
game. Let me check that out.
I'm watching The Simpsons.
On
Let me
the
back out
other
of it and
side
go
of
find
that,
something
for
else.
the
You
AI,
press back, and then instead of pressing
he says that
you press
Iger
back
said,
and you see
the other
wait
thing
a
that
minute.
we're really excited
There's a
about
Monsters Inc.
that
game.
AI
Let me
is
check
going to
that
give
out.
us the ability to do is
on the
provide
other side of
users
that
at
for the
at Disney Plus
AI.
with
He
much
says
more
that
engaged
Iger
experience,
said,
including
the
the
other thing
ability
that
for
we're
them
really
to create
excited about
user-generated
that
content
AI is
and to
going to give us
consume
the ability
user-generated
to
content,
do is
mostly short
provide
form
users at Disney Plus.
When I saw
with
that, I
a
just
much more
thought,
engaged experience.
what are you going to do?
Including the ability for them
Because
to create user-generated
are you going
content
to
and to consume
and I'm
user-generated
going to
content,
preface this with
mostly short form.
last
from others.
week the New York Times introduced
When I saw
a
that,
create
I
your
just
own
thought,
Wordle game with
what
it
are you
inside
going to
of the
do?
New York Times app, so you can
Because
make your own Wordle.
Are you
which is
going
very
to?
cool.
And I'm going to preface
Is that
this with,
something
last week the New York
that
Times
is going to be
introduced
used over and
a
over
create
and
your
over
own
again? I know I
Wordle
did it
game
once
with
and
it
that went
inside
great,
of the New York
and then
Times
I
app,
just
so you
didn't
can
go
make
back.
your own Wordle.
But I
which
think
is
it's a very
cool.
cool addition to have.
But
and
is
they
that
stopped.
something?
You can't put curse words
that
in
is
there.
going to
You
be
can't do
used over and
slurs.
over
You
and
can't
over
do
again. I know I did it
any of
once,
the
and
bad
that
stuff
went
you
great,
think people are going
and
to
then
do.
I just didn't
now
go
for
back.
Disney Plus is
But I think it's a very
AI
cool
user-generated ambition.
and they stopped.
Is that something that
you
they
can't
want
put curse
to
words
happen?
in there? You can't do slurs.
Are
you
they?
can't
How are they
do
going to
any of the
gatekeep
bad
all
stuff you
that?
think people
And
are
how's
going
that
to
going
do?
to work?
Now for
And I don't
Disney
mean
Plus
gatekeep
is
as in like they're keeping us from
AI,
saying
user-generated
gays
ambition.
and Jews
Is that
and
something
stuff
that they want to happen?
and in blacks.
How are they going to gatekeep all that? And how's that going to work? And I don't mean gatekeep as in like they're keeping us from saying
you have to watch
gays and Jews and stuff. And in blacks.
In fact, Iger's very bullish on AI. He wants to deploy AI
I mean gatekeep
on the
as in,
direct-to-consumer
you have to watch over
platform,
that.
saying, quote, both to provide tools that make the platforms more dynamic.
In fact,
and more sticky
Iger's very
customers,
bullish on
but also
AI.
give
He wants to
consumers
deploy AI
consumers, but also give
on the
consumers the
direct-to-consumer
opportunity to
platforms, saying,
create
quote,
on
both
our platforms.
to provide tools that make the platforms more dynamic and more sticky with customers.
Here we go.
But also
Iger
give
said Disney
consumers
execs have had quote some
consumers.
interesting
But also give
conversations with
consumers
some of
the
AI
opportunity
companies,
to
and I
create
would
on our
characterize
platforms.
some of them as quite productive conversations as well, seeking to not only protect
here we go.
the value
Iger
of our
said
IP
Disney execs have
and
had
of our
quote,
creative
some
engines,
interesting
but also to
conversations
seek
with some of the
opportunities
AI
for us to
companies,
use
and I
their
would
technology
characterize
to create
some
more
of them
engagement
as
with
quite
consumers.
productive.
So they want us.
conversations as well,
Yes, they
seeking
want. There's
to
going to
not
be
only
guardrails on that
protect
stuff.
the value of our IP and of our creative engines,
Because
but
if
also
these
to seek
AI companies
opportunities for us to use their technology
like
to create more
Mid-Journey
engagement with
and
consumers.
Chinese AI company
they want-
Minimax,
yes, they want to, there's going to be
and
guardrails on
even
this.
I'm not wearing a watch. Just realized that
Because if these AI companies
I work out
like Mid-Journey
The watches
and
need to be charged.
Chinese AI company Minimax,
But
and
even
I'm not wearing
AI,
a watch.
OpenAI,
It's
what-
it's
ChatGPT,
charged.
AI, even AI, OpenAI's
out.
ChatGPT.
the watches need
These
to be charged.
companies have used the Disney properties or Warner Brothers
and
properties
even,
or
AI,
Universal
OpenAI,
Music or just
ChatGPT,
truly
AI,
IP
even AI.
stuff.
OpenAI's
Legally,
ChatGPT.
and people have been
These
creating
companies
their
have
own
used
projects with that.
the Disney properties
now
or Warner Brothers properties
Disney
or
and
Universal
Warner
Music
Brothers, they
or
sued
just truly
Mid-Journey
IP
and
stuff
Minimax
and illegally
seeking
people
to
have been
recover monetary
creating
damages and injunctions to
their
block
projects
the
with
alleged
that.
infringement because
now
these tools
Disney,
like Midjourney,
NBC
go,
Universal,
or Sora,
Warner Brothers,
or
they
whatever,
sued
go to one of these
Midjourney
companies and say,
Minimax,
make me a clip
seeking
with
to recover monetary
Mike
damages
Wazowski.
and injunctions to block
Monsters Inc. out of my head.
the alleged infringement
with Mike
because
Wazowski.
these tools like Midjourney, you can
telling
go, or
jokes
Sora, or
about
whatever, go to one of these
Taliban.
companies and say,
and
and
it
make
happens.
me a clip with
I
Mike
don't
Wazowski.
use,
I can't.
I
Get
don't like
Monsters
to
Inc.
get
out
on
of my head.
social media.
Get with Mike Wazowski
and
telling
when
jokes
I went to
about
post
the Taliban.
the
and
interview
and it
for
happens.
Tiffany Haddish, a clip
I
saw
I don't use
on TikTok.
I don't like to get on social media,
and I see it on Instagram too. But I saw on TikTok a Michael Jackson
when I went to post
returning something or buying something at
interview
Walmart
for Tiffany Haddish, a clip,
and I
saw
didn't watch the entire
on
clip
TikTok
because I did not.
and I see it on
another
Instagram too.
One of those things.
But I saw on TikTok
my feeds.
a Michael Jackson
man, it is just
returning something or buying something at Walmart thing, and I just did. And I didn't watch the entire clip
and
because
user
I
created
did not want
junk
another
that's
one of
out
those
there.
things in my algorithm or my feeds. But man, it is just unfortunate.
So I'm fine with
and user
Disney,
created junk
looking
that's
into
out
AI,
there.
but I think they should be a little bit easy on it. A little
So
trepidatious with it. I'm trying not to. They should, because
fine
it just
with Disney,
it's not something that they should
looking into AI, but
rely
I think they should
on.
be a
And
little
if,
bit,
and if people,
a little bit.
if
easy
you
on it, a
are
little
Disney
trepidatious
Plus,
with it, I'm trying not to.
and I've been thinking about this.
They-
for the
they
past
should-
couple
because
of
it
weeks
just-
as HBO
it's not
Max
something
has
that they
become
should
an expensive
rely on.
subscription
And if
to not
people
have a lot of HBO,
if you
or
are
DC
Disney
Comics
Plus,
or Cartoon
and
Network,
I've been thinking about
or
this
even
for the past
Food
couple
Network,
of weeks
because it's now
as
Discovery.
HBO Max has
own
become
the product, but
an
to
expensive
not even have like a
subscription
lot of those
to not
programs
have
and movies,
a lot of HBO or DC
it's
Comics
just
or
become so
Cartoon
expensive.
Network,
It
or
doesn't
even
seem like
Food
it's, I
Network
hate to
because
say
it's now
this, but
Discovery.
worth it. Whereas
product, but to not
I go
even
to
have
Disney
like
Plus,
a
and besides
lot
The
of
Simpsons,
those programs,
I go Disney
and
Plus,
movies.
I can see every Marvel
It's just
movie.
it's just become so expensive
because
it
last
doesn't
Saturday,
seem like
and
it's-
I
hate
thought about
to
this
say,
especially last
but
Saturday.
worth it.
Whereas
I
wanted to watch.
I go to
movie
Disney Plus, and
as I
besides
was
The
cycling,
Simpsons,
I had like
I
40
go
minutes
Disney
of
Plus,
cycling, and then
I can see
30-minute
every Marvel movie
yoga class, and I was like,
because last Saturday, and I thought about this, especially
if it's 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning,
I wanted to watch.
let me watch something
As I
exciting.
was cycling, I had like
I put on
40 minutes
Blade.
of cycling,
I've never seen Blade.
and then, like,
I said,
a
let me watch
30-minute
Blade.
yoga class,
And it was right there on Hulu. It's also on Disney Plus.
If it's 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning,
It's great to have the access to that.
let me watch something
Whereas
exciting. And I put on
you
Blade.
go to HBO Max.
I've never seen Blade.
and
And I
see-
said,
and
let me
I-
watch
and
Blade.
I go,
And
can
it
I
was
watch
right there on
anything
Hulu.
that's not
It's also on
and this is
Disney
not
Plus.
knock on Teen Titans Go or Adventure Time?
And it was
because I
great to
do
have the
own
access to
all of
that.
Adventure Time.
Whereas
I have every single
you go to
episode of
HBO
Adventure
Max,
Time on
and I
iTunes.
see, and I go,
Apple TV, whatever. I'm sorry.
can I watch anything
But
that's not? And this is not. a knock
Can I watch
on Teen
anything
Titans
else
Go or Adventure Time
on the
because
Cartoon
I do
Network section
own all
of
Adventure
HBO Max?
Time.
That's not.
I do
No,
have
well, now
every
this
single episode of Adventure
clearance
Time
is on
iTunes.
Hulu. Okay, I have access
Apple
to Hulu,
TV,
but what if I
whatever, I'm
didn't?
sorry.
And
I-
even
I-
Netflix.
Can I
Netflix has
watch
everything
anything
it's
else
done? Well, pretty much
on the
everything's
Cartoon
done.
Network section of HBO?
And I'm not
Max
saying
that's
Disney
done.
has
No,
everything it's done.
now
It's
this
just-
clearance is on.
There's more of a
Hulu.
value proposition.
Okay, I have
there
access to Hulu,
as
but what if I
opposed to
didn't?
what's
It's-
an
and
HBO Max?
it's- and
it
even
is
Netflix.
just
Netflix has
so
everything it's done.
frustrating
Well, pretty much everything it's
to have these companies talk about
and I'm not
AI
saying Disney
and
has
want to
everything it's done.
fall
It's just-
for AI.
There's more of
when
a value
they don't
proposition
do
there
enough
as
for
opposed to
what's already on the
HBO Max,
platform.
and it is just so frustrating.
And you know,
to have these
that's
companies
kind of why I
talk
wish
about AI and
Hulu
want to fall
would
for
stay
AI
a separate entity
when
because
they don't do
it was
enough
the
for
Hulu and
what's
Crackle
already on the
were
platform.
the first streaming platforms.
and you know
way
that's
back
kind
in
of why I
2008.
wish
Oh my god, I had a Hulu
Hulu
account.
would
We didn't
stay a
have
separate entity
DVR
because
it was
the-
free,
the
and you
Hulu
could
and Crackle
Fox
were
and
the
Disney,
first
and
streaming
CBS for a
platforms.
little bit, and NBC.
Way back in 2000.
They all teamed up
Oh
on this
my God, I had a
project.
Hulu account,
And you could
We didn't
go
have
if you missed an episode of
DVR.
The Simpsons.
So
you could go
I would-
the
and it was
next day
free,
at
and you
6
could-
a.m.
and
and watch
Fox
that episode.
and
Or if
Disney
you missed an episode
and
of
CBS for a little bit, and
Modern
NBC,
Family, I
they all
guess that was
teamed
all
up
the
on
time.
this
You could go
project.
and watch it the next day.
And you could
Free.
go
All you
if
do
you
is
missed an
watch
episode of The
ads.
Simpsons, you could go
God, what a
the
beautiful
next day
time it
at
was.
6
You
a.m.
could-
and watch
and then,
that episode. Or if you missed an episode,
if you had an
of,
ad blocker up
Modern
on
Family,
your computer,
I guess that was
you
on at the
could
time.
you could
go and
watch it
the next
without
day.
ads.
Free. All you had to do was watch it.
God,
God,
watch
what a
South
beautiful
Park
time
on
it was.
SouthParkStudios.com.
And then if you had an ad blocker up on your computer,
What
you could
a time.
watch it without ads. Oh, You can
Anyway,
watch South Park.
That's it. That's
South
all I have
Park
for you. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head to the
Studios.com.
website, simplecomedy.com,
Oh my
where you
God,
can
I
see
missed
me
that.
talk to famous. You can see pretty much
What
everything we've
a
ever done.
time.
If you want to see a video version of the show, go to youtube.com
Anyway,
/
That's it. That's all I have for you.
comedy.
Listen, if you like
Where
what you
can
heard
see
here, head to
a
the website,
video version
simplecomedy.com,
of the show.
where you can see
As I said
me
before,
talk to
previously.
famous. You can see pretty much
As well as a
everything
video
we've ever
version of the
done.
other
If
podcast,
you want to see
late
a
night
video
Lately,
version
Late
of
Late
the
Night
show,
Show,
go to
and LinkedIn Logs, the
youtube.com/people's
Jobs
comedy,
podcast,
where you can see a video version.
subscribe to those shows wherever you
the
get your
show.
podcasts.
As I said before,
on youtube.com /
previously.
people's comedy,
As well as a video version of the other
video
podcast,
conversations
Late
I
Night
have with
Lately,
celebrities
the Late
too.
Night Show,
So
and
go watch
LinkedIn
that.
Logs,
It's under the interviews.
Jobs podcast.
Follow us on social media.
Subscribe to those shows
People's
wherever you
Comedy
get your
on
podcasts.
Blue Sky,
On
YouTube.com
Instagram,
/ people's
TikTok,
comedy.
me,
You can
at
also
Black
watch
White.
those
Video
platforms. We'll see you next
conversations I
time.
have with celebrities too.
Bye.
So go watch that. It's under the interviews. Follow us on social media at People's Comedy on Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. Me at Chad Black White. On those platforms. We'll see you next time. Bye.